Krypts. Let's talk Krypts today. So, this game mode has been very controversial since it came out. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it's fun, some people think it's boring. You know my personal stance of Krypts. I'm not trying to fight anybody. If you guys love Krypts, it's totally fine. I personally, not a huge fan, but I do admit there is a lot of benefits for that Krypts offer to MK Mobile, at least to certain players who really, first of all, have patience to grind every single day, or have time to grind every single day, which is, according to the survey, about 12% of all the player base, or at least our community. I would personally stand in, I play Krypts very rarely here, because I do play Krypts, especially when the new character comes out and I want to review them. Pretty much don't touch them ever since. Anyway, no matter how you feel about the Krypts, you have to admit this is one of the best ways to get characters and especially tower gear in this game. And I know a lot of people enjoy it a lot, so I made this poll. Which of the following statements applies to you the most? Number 1, I grind Krypts a lot. I spend all my keys. Number 2, I grind Krypts almost every week, enough to get 1-2 items. We got 2.4 thousand votes. So what does it mean? 3% of people, only 3% of people grind the Krypts a lot. And by a lot, I specifically specified you spend all the keys, which means you're still not, you're just spending the keys that you get for free, which is 2 every day, and potentially a bunch of keys from other sources. You could probably get like 3 free keys every day. So only 3% of people grind Krypts to the max of the ability. It's basically like, I'm curious if you say, if you ask how many people grind towers, just free tries. That's pretty much what it means. Free tries or refreshing. So how many players play towers every single refresh? That would be the question. And I feel like the number would be way more than 3%. Anyway, 9% of people grind Krypts almost every week, enough to get 1-2 items. So I consider these people who consistently grind Krypts. They don't go insano style and try to get all the points, but they try to get at least enough to buy a couple items every week. Now the next category is the biggest one. I only grind Krypts if I see a character gear I really want. 49% of people. So half of the people only grind Krypts if they see character gear that they really want. And this makes sense. Like, if you see a character that you really need, or a piece of gear that's really good, it makes sense to grind for them. Unfortunately, we don't see those very often in Krypts. And about 39-40% of people, they barely ever play Krypts. And 21% hate Krypts, never touch that game mode. That is like 21%. That's a lot. And you have to take into account that people who voted in this poll are like the most engaged Mortal Kombat Mobile players, because they are on the channel, they are following the news, they're watching the videos, which means they are in it. They're not casual players mostly. I mean, maybe some of them are, but most of the people are actually active players. And 21% of them hate Krypts. I feel like Krypts made a lot of improvements in the last couple of dates. So since we talked to Legend Us, which was like right after the feature came out, I feel like they made a few improvements, which definitely, I think Krypts are now much better than they were when they just came out. They definitely made it less grindy. They reduced the amount of basically increased the amount of hearts. Now they let us teleport. They improved it a lot. However, it's still, the main issue remains. It's extremely boring and not fun. But I digress. I think Krypt has some uses, and let's take a look at what we got in Krypt. In my opinion, one change that will make Krypts and make more people play Krypts, one simple change is do not burn the hearts in the end of the season. That one tiny little change. Boom. The Krypts is going to be the most popular game mode in the game. But you see, I know why they're not going to do it, because how are they supposed to make money if people can, like, don't have to spend their key? Like, the main instrument, how they make money with Krypts, in my opinion, is they allow people to grind a certain amount of points, but they know that this is extremely grindy and people are busy. So most of the times, people are not going to have enough time to grind throughout the week, and then at the end of the season, they're going to be missing very little to get enough to get whatever they want to get. So they will actually potentially buy keys just so they can grind the remaining 2,000 points, just so they can get the card that they wanted, because they missed out on the opportunity and they feel like, oh, I put so much time this season and I'm just missing, like, I just need 1 or 2 more keys to get that character. FOMO. Absolute FOMO. And in my opinion, that's not right. But if you don't miss, like, you can definitely grind enough to get all the characters, or at least 2 characters in the Krypts, if you just grind all the keys that you have every single day. But not everybody can, so those people will have to pay with monies. Let's take a look at the Krypt store. Ooh, Shang Tsung, Kitana, Kun Lao, Sonya. Oof. Honestly, I would probably skip on this season. Shang Tsung is not that difficult to get. He's in a lot of packs now, in a lot of towers. Kitana and Kun Lao, I don't know, Circle of Shadow team. Kun Lao is decent, I guess, but I would not grind Krypts for him. Let's see the gear. Tamer's Haitian boots. Okay, this one I think is pretty good. Health boost, power generation boost, and if maxed out... Okay, maxed out doesn't matter really much. Yeah, it's a pretty decent piece. I would actually grind for the Tamer's Haitian boots, just even outside the towers. It's a really good health boost. It's a really good power generation boost in one piece, and it's armor. That's awesome. I say it's worth it. Krypt Spider Fang. It increases chance to apply poison on combo ender. Poison on combo ender. Yeah. Damage boost, Nightmare Tower. I mean, it's a rare tower gear. It seems like combo and poison and combo ender, that's so useful. This is a very good piece of gear. So I would say if you're gonna grind Krypts this week, go for gear only. This gear is actually pretty good. I might actually consider grinding myself for those Tamer's Haitian boots. So how do they make money with Krypts? Let's take a look. So they sell you consumables with souls, which in my opinion is a very flawed system for them, for the developers, not for us, because I don't know, I feel like everybody gets incredible amounts of these consumables every single time they do run in the Krypt. So it's like, I've never had to spend souls on these consumables. I'm curious to know if you had. Only revives. I feel like revives are the only things I would consider spending souls. The rest is just not really worth it because they just drop like hotcakes everywhere. I don't know. Did anybody ever spend money on any kinds of Krypt consumables? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. There is special offers here. So we have basically they selling the keys, gold cards, bunch of, like, I don't know, is anybody paying money for the keys? I guess you could look at it like this. You can pay $5 for 5 keys. If you have a decent account, 5 keys is going to be enough to let's say do 5 runs, which will give you approximately 10,000 Krypt hearts. So you're basically buying a diamond of your choice for $5. That seems like not a bad deal, right? Except the part where you need to grind for 10 hours. Okay, not 10 hours, 5 hours. need to grind for 5 hours to get the diamond and pay $5. So you're paying with your time and with your money. So still not a bad deal. If you really, really, really like grinding Krypts, then probably buying keys is not a bad deal, considering you can buy all kinds of stuff. Considering that the regular store is absolute garbage. So yeah, let's take a look at what more people have to say about Krypts. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of controversy there. I don't really play MK Mobile anymore, but I personally love playing the Krypt game mode. It's a lot of fun when you aren't forcing yourself to play it. But that's the problem. That's the main problem with the Krypts. The Krypts itself force you to play because your coins expire in the end of the season. So, like, it would be nice if you feel like, okay, today I feel like I want to grind some Krypts. I grind like 5,000 souls. I'm like, okay, I see the season resets tomorrow. We'll see what's the next shop batch. I'm gonna keep collecting hearts so I can buy something. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun, but the game does force you to play sometimes, because if you don't, you're gonna lose hours of grinding. That's the only problem that I have left with Krypts. Everything else, they addressed a lot of issues. Just remove the hard, just make hearts stay in the end of the season, and we're gonna have such a beautiful game mode. Such a beautiful game mode. Please, MK Mobile. I feel Krypt is pretty great. You have a guaranteed diamond gold equipment if you can grind for it. It's better than the tower diamonds, I'd say, but tower does have other rewards for which I play. Well, to be fair, tower, the only things people do towers for are diamonds and tower gear, right? So all of those things you can get from Krypts as well. It's a debate that I see a lot. People are saying which one is better, the towers or the Krypts. Towers have one big advantage. If you're a beginner, you're probably gonna have more, like, if you cannot beat the tower, you're probably gonna have better luck in Krypts. But if you can beat the tower, you can literally just do it on auto. And on most devices, you can even set up an auto clicker to just go through the easy early stages of the tower, and then you just take over for like the final certain amount of battles. Depends on how strong your account is. So you can actually skip most of the boring grind in the beginning of the towers. And I feel like tower battles, since they're not random like in Krypts, tower battles actually have a lot of strategy to it. They make super challenging and yet very well thought out battles that are very satisfying to beat. Plus, if you're stuck in one battle, you can keep trying to beat it. You can keep trying to get through it, refining your strategy until you finally beat it. In Krypts, if you die to a battle, bye-bye. You have to either spend resources or spend souls to revive your whole team. And there's no feeling of progression. It just feels like mindless grind. There is no goal like in the tower to reach battle 200 to get the top reward. In Krypts is just your goal is to just not die. I don't know. I am, in my personal opinion, once again, I respect the opinion of everybody who prefers Krypts over towers. I think tower is way better designed game mode, and I'm not even talking about the rewards. Yeah, you get a random diamond, but let's be honest. That's why these games are so much fun, because of random. People enjoy opening packs because you can literally get anything from it. It's like the dopamine rush when you reach the end of the tower and who are you gonna get? You get this feeling of anticipation, this rush. You don't get that from Krypts. You don't get that from Krypts at all. And I know people are like, oh, I missed the old MK Mobile store where we can just buy diamonds with souls. Well, I mean, not diamonds, like gold cards with souls. But you would still gamble for diamonds. Like, it's in our blood. We like gambling, and that's exactly what pack openings and even towers are. and you have a chance to drop an epic piece. I mean, I guess Krypts have that too. You can just drop tower gear in certain battles, but it's just, I don't know, there's something satisfying getting a nice reward after every battle and making the progression. I don't know, I'm a tower boy. Vote in the comments. Are you a Krypt boy or are you a tower boy? Let's find out. I grind the Krypt quite a lot, but mostly for a chance to get those random Krypt equipment drops. Those mythical random Krypt equipment drops. I grind Krypts a lot because of the amount of fusions of diamonds and tower gear really helped me progress my account to becoming max. Now this is a very good point. Another one of the main reasons why I don't really play Krypts that much is because I'm not really in a rush to max out my account. At some point in every account's life, you're gonna get to the point where you can literally beat every single game mode. You can beat any Fatal Tower, you can beat any regular tower, you can beat the Elder mode of Krypts, you can beat the Elder mode of Survival, you beat all the challenges. Basically, you beat every single challenge that this game has to offer. You surpass the point where your account becomes strong enough to best everything this game has to offer. And at that point, you have a choice. Either to take it casually and just play for fun, or to go hardcore and try to max out your account. And this is where Krypts are really good. For people who go hardcore and decide to max out their accounts. But for people who decide to just go casual, I feel like Krypts is the worst enemy. As Legend Does said, Krypts offers a great amount of FOMO. Well, we had this conversation with him when the Krypts just came out. I will admit, Krypts improved a lot. They became way less grindy since they came out. But before, Legend Does literally referred to Krypts as a cancer of MK Mobile because of the amount of FOMO it creates and amount of grinding it requires, and how it basically forces people to grind sometimes just so they can buy something before their hearts expire. And then like a lot of forced grinding is gonna make you burn out very quickly and lose interest to the game as a whole, which honestly I absolutely agree. I feel like that could have now it's once again it's better now. It used to be way worse when the Krypts just came out. If you remember, the hard drops were much worse. The battles were much more difficult. There was like MK11 boss team with MK11 Jade on every step. We had more stages in each Krypt, and we couldn't teleport. There was lots of problems with Krypts. Now it's way better. However, the main problem is still here, in my opinion, and it's FOMO. And for some people, it's fine if you can dedicate enough time and you're willing to do enough grinding every week to reach certain point. And some people do just grind for like an epic gear piece every week, which is not that much. It's like maybe hour and a half, 2 hours of grinding to just grab the epic tower piece, and it's totally fine. The thing is, most of those people probably don't even need that gear. They're just getting it just so they can complete their collection, but it doesn't really progress their account because they most likely already reached the point where they can beat any tower even without that epic piece. And I feel like I'm at that point in all of my accounts. So now I have a choice. I can either continue ignoring Krypts because I just don't see enough value for my time in it, or I can start a completely new account, and then I feel like the Krypts are gonna be my best friend because I'll be able to just grind out a certain diamond that can be completely game-changing on a beginner account. What choice will I make? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I've been considering making a brand new MK Mobile account just to experience this game in 2024 from scratch and beat my first Fatal Tower, bring the excitement back, because there's just not much excitement left for me on my accounts that I already have, because I already beat everything. I can easily beat Fatal Towers now. I remember my first Fatal Tower win on my beginner account. That was such a joyous occasion. I want to feel that again. So maybe I will start a new account. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And this is the comment that describes my main issue, and Legend does his main issue with Krypt. I forced myself to play Krypts, and now I quit the game for not enjoying it anymore. Literally word for word what I said before. I feel like that's a lot of people, and if you're not there yet, you might get there soon if you force yourself. Like, I agree, if you're actually like taking it easy, doing it in a comfortable pace, the problem is it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do at a comfortable pace when your points are about to expire every week. Please, MK Mobile, I'm begging you. If you wanna make Krypts the best game mode in history of MK Mobile, just let us keep our points. Guys, what do you think? Should we keep our points? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I love talking about Krypts. Definitely like talking about them more than playing them. I'm so bad. I'm not hating on Krypt. I think it has potential, and if you're enjoying it, if it gives you a sense of achievement and it progresses your account, then definitely go for it. If you want to maximize the time that you spend in the game, or if you're a beginner and you just need to get a couple strong diamonds, I think Krypt can be really beneficial for you. But I still hope that we're gonna see more and more improvements in the future updates, because there's still lots of things that can be improved in Krypts. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and goodbye.